observing. Every day in the evening when you sit down, when you're out doing in the morning, cup of coffee, if you want to think, what did I do yesterday? One thing which was good. What did I do? One thing I made a mistake which I don't want to do again. Right? So every day we learn one thing which is good and we implement. One thing which we did wrong in the past, we delete it. That is how we do self-improvement to become a better person. I'm not perfect. I say this, I also keep making mistakes, but once you make a few mistakes, you evolve. But it's very hard to begin it. But once you begin it, it's like eating a nice, tasty sweet. You eat one, you want to eat another one, you want to eat a third one. So it becomes like an addiction for you. It's like when you do save in the community, you go to the temple and you feed few people, you get a lot of satisfaction. Then you want to do it again and again, right? Yeah. So that's how this works. Now, is there a way I can hold this in my hand and I'm writing? I can bring this closer. Hey, that's easy to remember, right? Thank you. Okay. What is 1/3? 1/3 of the time, spend some time with him. Give him some time. Don't say, oh, I'm tired, I have to work, I'm busy, I have to cook for the children, I have to check their homework. 1/3 of the time, you make time. In the morning, take your cup of coffee and sit with him. Even if you don't read the newspaper, sit with him. Right? In the evening, sit with him. So you have the chance to talk. That is important. Right? So 1/3 of the time, spouse, yeah. Relaxation with the spouse. That is important. It can be coffee, it can be a movie, it can be you come shopping with me, or you say, drive me to the grocery store. Anything. But do something with your spouse every day. The other 1/3 of the time, yeah, you're going to help in the major discussions. So this can be at dinner table or when you're lying in bed at night, you want to discuss, right? You know, how is the household? How much money do we have? How much are we spending? Are we spending excess? How are the children doing in school? He may not know, you might have to update him, right? So 1/3 is all discussions about family. It could be about your in-laws. It could be about some dinner you have to go to on the weekend. So, because otherwise we will not remember. And then 1/3 of the time is like, so these are normal discussions. You know, yeah, tomorrow's Thursday, you don't like mutton. What vegetable should I cook for you? Something like that. Normal routine discussions. But 1/3 of the time, you want to do important discussions like finance, planning, and children future. Your husband may not know that your son is a good artist, right? He might want to become an artist, but your husband's thinking, no, I'm an engineer, he needs to be engineer. But if he becomes an artist, he could be a famous artist, right? So you will have the time then to tell, oh, you know, Ramu, he does very good paintings. That is his hobby. Or he plays very good sports. He plays good cricket. He could be on a nice cricket team. So that is the time you need to give. So that is 1/3 with the spouse. Then let's do the children, 1/3. If you sit with the children and give them a long lecture, giving them all the rules of the house, rules how to study, when they should play, when they should sleep, you think any of the children like it? No. So, number one priority is being around the children when they are relaxed. Then, when you are playing a game of chess, you tell one small thing, you throw it in there. It will sink in their brain. Every day you can tell them one thing which is good for their life. You think they don't remember,
but they do. So that's the way to do it. So with the children, so one is relaxation. And relaxation also can be, you take them for a movie, take them to the zoo. Okay, what is the next 1/3 with them you do is education. Everybody knows education is so important. You focus on their education. Yeah, you see how they are reading, check their homework. You speak to them what they like, what their future is. Like say somebody likes science, you can say, oh, you like science? Maybe you can do research, scientific research, or you can become a doctor. If you like math, then you can become either businessman, finance, or accountant. You have those options. So small children, you can start teaching them, what might be good for them. And then you also want to, as they grow older, you can start discussing their future with them. And all of these you can do while you're playing with them also. It's much easier handled during that time. So what do you discuss about their future? So you can speak about their careers, and then all this planning. If you don't divide, like the British did divide and rule, and they were very successful, right? So let us follow the British, divide and rule the house and make it a very successful home. So let's see. So that's in the future. Myself. What is my 1/3 role? In myself, I'm not going to put the work, because work anyway we have to do it. We have no choice. But when I am with myself, I need to give time for my husband, my children, and again myself. And see how many times myself is important. And we forget to look after ourselves. We don't give ourselves time. And that is one thing I want everybody to take home with you is, you give more time to yourself, everything around of you will be more beautiful. So again, myself with my spouse, I need to give my spouse some time. Otherwise, if I don't relax with him, I'll be fighting with him. I might as well give him some time and relax him and mold him in certain ways to what I like, and adjust myself in certain ways to how he likes. Right? Children. Children, of course, it's the same thing. What I've said before. And in this myself, I'll divide it into 1/3. 1/3 is just for my chores. Only 1/3, whatever, putting the laundry away, organizing the house, only 1/3. So these are my daily chores, is 1/3. Then weekly. Weekly, I always have some things to do for myself. Like maybe I want to go shopping once a week. Maybe I want to visit some friends, enjoy with all the ladies meeting. One week, it's so much fun. You play games and you enjoy. So you need to find things to relax yourself. It could be going out with a movie with your friends, or go on a picnic to Tang Bund, something like that. But do something in this 1/3 yourself. You're only doing for yourself, not for anybody else. So you're doing your housework, your homework, your weekly things, what you want. 1/3 of the time will be maybe once a month, once a year. You have certain things to do. Like you may want to visit your relatives, or once in a month visit your in-laws, or sometimes you want to clean the home, like Deepavali is coming, Sankranti is coming, you want to clean the home. Clean the home means clean, like what you don't use you throw away, so your house is neat and clean. So like that. So everything about life is 1/3. So this is my quick lecture about 1/3, and I hope it's going to help you all. I just want to end with a short note saying the human mind is capable of so much more than we actually think we can use it for. So I think it's time to see if we can get more joy out of it. And in order to get joy out of it, we have to spend some time to go into the human mind. Give ourselves that extra time so we can let the brain relax and then let the brain think. Like this whole lecture was written in the car this morning. I was going from one house to another between breakfast and lunch, and in 1 hour I wrote all these graphs down for all of you. So that's what the mind can do. If you keep the mind at peace, give it some time, it's amazing I never knew I could do something like this. When I called Saroja, I said, Saroja, I don't know how I did it today. I just remembered my husband's 1/3 when you take the photograph, and I said, why not put it to everything what we do every day in life and see if it works. And what I also want you to encourage is, once you listen this, you can go and write it down at home. If you have any doubts, I can send everything to Saroja madam and she can share it with all of you, all the points. So you can start implementing it, share it with your friends, your good friends. Maybe your sister-in-law is very close with you and she likes to learn new things, you can share it with her. Share it with your children, share it with young girls going to college, share it with a newly married girl so she can implement it in her life, right? So unless we speak and spread the word out, then it is futile what we learned, right? If our grandmother, grandfather never taught us, we won't be how we are today, right? And India is always known to have very strong culture and very good traditions. In America, everybody says, Indians, wherever they are, everybody is educated. They're either lawyer, engineer, and either civil engineer, computer engineer, they're professors, they're doctors. And only like few people, like the Gujaratis and all, they're very business oriented. So all the businesses, hotels, motels, shops, is Gujaratis. So we are labeled like that, which is good. There are no laborers from the Indian community. You won't see sweepers, you won't see bathroom cleaners over there. Everybody is educated. I recently was in California. He was a taxi driver, Sardarji. And I usually like to talk. Like how I'm talking now, I like to talk all the time. So I was asking him, like, where are you from? Where are your children? He said, I'm from Punjab. And then all my family, we were affected in the war. So all of us went to England, some went to the West Indies, and some of us came here and we settled down. So I asked him what his children were doing. He said his son is an orthopedic surgeon and his daughter is a cardiologist. Then I asked, his daughter-in-law and son-in-law both are physicians. In my own town, Radhabai, she works in the store, in the Patel brothers. Her son is an engineer. Her 2 daughters are physicians. So that is why Indians do very well. We have great brains. Everything from Aryabhatta to our Vedas, everything came from India. So let us all use our brains. The human mind is amazing, and we have great, great potential. And we need to pass it on for generations. All right. Thank you.
Management and the organizers, very beautiful session what we had, that how to balance our life with our work and how to dedicate ourselves for family, for ourselves and for organization. So really felt very happy, ma'am. Just I have a small sort of doubt in my mind, ma'am. See, you gave very beautiful explanation regarding of how to balance our life in a day. So how the slotting can be given to this particular things? How we can give a slot, means we are from morning to evening we are very busy with our work, whatever it may be. So in a week how we have to plan? We have to plan what I mean to say. So this thing, just you please give a brief description, ma'am. Thank you.
So for me, this works very well. I can spend 1/3 of my day at work. My work is not like Indian doctors going at 6 o'clock in the morning and coming at 11 o'clock at night. I only work for 8 to, only when I'm on call I work 12 hours a day, otherwise I'm 8 hours a day most of the days. So 1/3 of the day is 8. Another 1/3 is for myself, my sleep, my peace, my yoga, my meditation. Another 1/3 is cooking, cleaning, looking after my children, looking after my family. That works for me. But for everybody it will be different, depending on your work style. Every week it will be different. Sometimes 4-5 weeks are very hectic. Some Deepavali, Dashera, Indian wedding in the home, very busy. So you can adjust accordingly. If you can do your 1/3 every day, you divide your week into 1/3. Or you divide your month into 1/3. Or you take in the month as 30 days. And you can divide it into like 6 days you do something. So everybody's routine is different, and you have to sit down on a weekend or on a Sunday, or sit down in the morning under like um, in the garden. You can sit with a book and a pen, and then you can figure out which 1/3 works best in my life. You might start 6 months with 1/3 ratio for 1 month. You will be amazed. You will be able to do everything every day just like me. And hopefully when I come back next time, I'll get better feedback from all of you. How well you were able to implement the 1/3 in your life. Did that help you? Come. Nice to be here, and thank you for giving this opportunity. Okay. Have a nice evening.
organized and planned doesn't lead many results unless other side also cooperates. So it takes time even for a partner or the family to turn around, and sometimes they may not turn around. Then what happens then?
So what happens if your partner and your family don't turn around and get organized? Then because you're organized, you still don't suffer, trust me. Because your routine is your routine. You still have your happy time, you're going for parties, you're enjoying for movies with your friends. That only little bit where your family is not involved really doesn't affect you. But you can still work on that. For 25 years, I couldn't mold my husband. After 33 years, I can say he's 60% he's changed now. And not because I could change him. I have changed 100%. There's nothing left for me to change, he figured out. Then he had to change, right? So it will come someday. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. If we continue to do our work, like how Adi Shankaracharya and Ramanuja and all our great saints, they did their work. They did not look for the results, right? The results will always come, you know? Yeah.
This is away from work-life balance, but what happens is there are always a group which does the work, and there's always a group who watches and says, anyway she does it, so let's go with it. So it's also when you're really organized and methodical in your manner, not everybody likes to adapt. They feel it's okay if she is that way, let us leave her that way, but we are not that way. So it's little hard. Yeah.
It is very hard, yeah. Swati was saying, like, you know, because we are so organized, they think we are anyway so organized, so we don't need any help, right? And I always used to think like that. But one day I felt sick. And in the morning I wake up, my smoothie is sitting next to me on the bed. And I asked him, like, how come you made this smoothie for me? He says, I watch you every day. When you can do it, I don't do it for you. But when you cannot do it, I'm there for you. And for that 1 week, morning smoothie was made, afternoon smoothie is in the fridge. He said, I'm going to work, evening smoothie, I'll come and make it for you. Isn't that enough? So don't think your husband will never change. As long as you are doing, he will do. I'm sure you all have experienced, నాకు జ్వరం వచ్చింది, తలనొప్పి వచ్చింది, పనుకుంటే, he will do something, right? You want a glass of water, he'll bring. You want a cup of tea, he'll make it for you. So they will change. We don't give them the opportunity to change. So sometimes you can pretend you're sick for a day and see what happens. Everything will be done as you want it. I think we don't have the guts to do that. Well, extended family, you know, we can control. You know, I can control my husband, my children. I can control my friends. I can't control my mother-in-law. But that's okay. I'm only worried about my family, right? And the people who live with me. Nowadays, nobody else lives except the four of us. If I don't take care of myself, I'm not going to be there for these two, right? So I think I need to put this on the top. But English language has always taught us put myself at the bottom, which I think is like not right. So let's do the 1/3 work now. What do we need to do 1/3 at work? We need to go with a good attitude to work. Be happy, smile, wish everybody. You make other people happy, you become happy. You start your day good. If you go to work and your boss starts yelling at you, your whole day is ruined. So let us go to work with a positive attitude, and a good aptitude. And when your first 1/3 of work is total dedication to work, which means you're not thinking of your home, your children, what's for lunch, what should I buy on the way home when I'm going to the market. You're not thinking of all that. Total dedication to work. Then you want to have an everyday same routine. Wish everybody, go to your desk, clean the desk, keep it clean, keep all your paperwork organized, plan for the day. Every day we do this. Every day you do it in the same order. Then for 100 years, you'll do it in the same order. You don't have to think. How easy is work? No stress. You go, you're doing 11 things in the same order. Don't change the order. Keep it in the same order. That's how I give anesthesia. Every day, 11 things in one order. I can close my eyes and put any patient to sleep because the same 11 things are in the same order. So that is called organization. So maintain the same routine. Then there's no stress at work, no extra effort. Yeah. In this routine, you add a small modification every day. Maybe you have a special class, maybe you have a teacher's conference, maybe you have to meet the dean. So those are your extra modifications for the day. Then every day at work, you need to do something to self-improve. You don't want to remain as a lecturer, right? I don't want to remain as a junior doctor. I want to become the professor, dean, head of department, maybe become head of Andhra Pradesh in medical education. So you want to aspire. In order to aspire, you have to achieve higher and you have to self-improve. So every day you do your work with dedication, have a routine and do something to self-improve. Either you read something or you help somebody, so they will help you another day, right? Yeah? If you have another teacher who's struggling with a lecture and you are good in that subject, you sit with her and you help. Tomorrow she may not help you, but somebody else will come and help you, right? That is what our grandparents have taught. But we hear all this, we don't apply it every day. So this is work. Let's go to the family and the home and divide it into 1/3. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So who all are in the family? Most important is your husband. For the husband, it's the wife, your spouse. Then your children. And then myself. Everywhere you have myself. If you are not there, nothing else is going to exist. So let's see what we are going to do. In the family, in the spouse, again 1/3 for the spouse.